Okay, perfect, Akka. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, Masters. And thank you so much, Neelima. Today, Madhavi and Neelima is going to host the session. And first, I will start with the topic sharing as some of the Indian Masters requested me to take the topic sharing first, then later for a meditation so that they can slowly go into the sleep and they would like to hear first. So I will start, I will read a small story before, and I would like all of you to close your eyes gently and just listen to the story. It's a very small story, and I would like to have this interactive session so that you have to put yourself into that character. So listen to the story, and it is very quite simple. Every day we will face such experiences in our lives too. So I want you all to just be in that story. Okay. So here I'll go. So as I said that gently close your eyes and put yourself into that character. And it is a young girl's story. So you can imagine how it could be. So while listening to the story, imagine you are the young girl, no matter if you are a boy or a man or a woman or a girl, just put yourself in that character and listen. Long time ago, there was a joint family. The girl has many dreams to see the world and know different cultures, different regions, food, weather, and whatnot. She always dreamed to see the sky and always talk to the sky. Why are you so high? I cannot see you with naked eyes clearly. How much I gaze you and talk to the sky. So, looking at twinkling stars as well, she always whispered, why are you blinking? Then she thought, oh, those are my eyes probably not able to see the clear star. So, this was her perception actually, how she used to talk to the nature and all. She was, in fact, a very curious girl, I would say. She had her degree and was given a chance to go abroad, but had no money in her hands. She took a huge loan, which was quite reasonable and was able to pay in no time. The funny part was her the master's was only 1 year. Her visa would vanish in that 1 year. The plan was to study half a year and then half a year of the practicals, which is paid as a student freely, work on the project. She was full of enthuse and landed to a different land, different people, different weather. Oh, she was literally excited and thought her dream was fulfilled to see the world in a different perspective. Oh, God. So look at the girl's dream. Here goes the drama. While she had this fancy dream to see the different people, different cultures, different environments, but she was not prepared for anything of this difference. The people are not as friendly as her family or neighborhood. Environment was not as warm as it was then back in the former times. Seeing the sun and the sunlight is something became her dream back then. So she was again thinking that, talking to the sun, why are you not in this land all the time? There is no warmness here. Please come back. So her perspective was again, she changed, thinking that, oh, that dream was whatever the dream of fancy I was, it was not a really fancy one. The time passed, studying, struggling, and now the time of practicals. None of the companies would take her because her language was poor. She had no clue that the other world speaks different languages. Look at the poor girl. Different cultures. She has only one view in to see the difference. What different will make her life? It was very hard for seeing so many rejections, so much of negativity all over here. She decided to go back to home. Meanwhile, she needs to earn a little so that whatever she took back then from the bank has to repay. So she started working in the kitchen to fetch the little money. The people in the kitchen are hard, tough, and never thought this would be her world. But soon then, her gesture, friendship, and her smiles made the kitchen as her home. People started liking her. Customers started giving her for the creative art of salads, creative ideas of soups and dips. Soon then, she had kitchen keys in her hands. Wow. Sorry, I have a little cough. Not even the great chefs had these keys, but the girl with the big smile and loving gesture, she had those keys. That was not the happy ending. We need to learn the lesson, right? So she had to face a situation that she was blamed for robbing the tomatoes. Can you imagine just a sack full of tomatoes? What will she do with it? Will that fetch a really large amount of money for her? Even in case she had to do, why not a costly item rather than these cheap tomatoes, which look large, bright, and bright in red color? And it's funny though. So now that was the end of the story. So now tell me what she should do in that situation. What is the best for her? Quitting the family, quitting the work which fetch a large amount of money, or knowing her worth and move out? So this is all about the storytelling, friends, masters. Yeah, I would like to ask you if you have any insights. Thank you. All are silent. Did you understand the story? I want your perspective.
If she quits the job, then how is the family going to pay the loan?
Yes, that was right. Yes. What
Yeah.
she should do then?
Well, she has to face the consequences, because it's always, but she has not done it, so she got to prove that as well, which is very difficult, but she has to do it. That is her karma.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
She
how
cannot
will
run away
she?
from that. She cannot run away from it. That is her karma.
Okay, but she was young. She don't know about that karma and all. What can she do? She was not able because she's landed in a different land. There was nobody for her who can support her. She cannot prove herself, or she has no fancy things where she can say that, okay, this is what, see, because this kitchen had all the cameras and everything to capture her, everything. Yeah. So that was the situation she had.
But did they capture her? Did they capture her in the camera actually taking the bag of tomatoes?
Yeah,
that
was the funny part as well. But we have to see the whole capturing again, because that was the only thing, right? To see and to prove ourselves. But they have decided, they have seen it, and they have decided to say that this was the woman who has done it, and she was ready to repay it back then, because whatever they are saying, it was the worth of, I don't know, it's just a sack of tomatoes, right? Price. So she was ready. She was not ready to go to the police, or because it will ruin her career, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But they're not willing to take the money from her.
No, they don't want to take the money, but they are saying that accept that. Yes. No, not police, but they are saying that accept that one. Probably they were jealous because she had the keys. Because she was given for such a short time. She was so much into everyone that the chef or the owner of the restaurant just thought that she would be the best one to manage it, and they gave her the keys.
Okay, yeah. So she was set up actually.
Yeah, basically, yes. But the poor girl would not understand, because it's a new world for her. She came from such a nice family and so cozy people, and then landed to a land thinking that, wow, that's so beautiful. But looking at all the atmosphere and the situation, it was not her land anymore. She wanted to see the difference, but not this difference. So what would you do at this time? You try to prove yourself. Yeah, thank you so much, Malviji. And anyone, friends?
I'm thinking.
I'll yes, think over. I'll also give my perspective. And then why did I take in this topic? I'll explain you later, and then I will take you all to that beautiful meditation. Yeah, masters, anyone would like to give their insights? Very frustrating situation, it seems Mamtaji is saying. Yes, for sure. Yeah, but how do you wanted to come out of that situation? Because you are into that situation. I'm asking you, I should not say this, but I'm asking you to put onto that her shoes and think over what could be the best way to do for her at that situation.
Hi, Madhviji.
Hi, Raksha. Hi.
Yeah, what would I do? I mean, I'd be sad that it shouldn't have done that way. But then, because I haven't done it, I wouldn't even want to prove that it's not me. I would just be me, and I would like to see how long somebody would actually. I mean, if I have a decent escape that is designed for me, then I would take that path. Otherwise, I don't think I would have put any effort in like proving myself wrong as well, right or wrong. Like, I haven't done it, so I would be like, I don't worry about it. It's you guys. You would want to do like whatever they can judge however they want to judge. It's their life.
That's a good question. I mean, that's a good answer, actually. They can judge however they are. But you have to come out of that situation, Raksha, actually, because you are stuck there. You are stuck and you need to come out because it's not your country or it's not your land. And then you need to go back to your family, and then your career is stopped, and you have to somehow deal in such a way that you need to come out.
Yeah,
so what would be the best situation where you can do it? Like,
I mean,
as Malviji said just now, that trying to prove or trying to get this tape and everything. Yes, that's one of the things which I would also say that would be the best way to, how did you get or come to a conclusion that I was the one? Just because holding the keys is not the person to blame it, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, obviously I would hand over the keys back because obviously I'm not the right person. If they think I mean, even if I'm the right person, if they don't trust me enough, then they shouldn't be giving that to me. And depending on, because they kind of put me in a situation, or because they were wrong in judging my situation, I mean, they were wrong in their judgment, why do I have to go back from a country itself for which I have put effort for 6 months? Like, that, I mean, I would think that way as well, I guess. I mean, it's not fair at all, even on myself, to be living in such a situation. So it's not so easy, because it would be unfair on myself that I would be doing if I continue to put myself in such situation. But still, for a mistake that I have not done, giving away the hard work that I have put in, and my family is also kind of put in for me for something. So yeah, it is a bit of you don't know what to do. Would just have to wait and see how everything unfolds.
but who's going to wait and see? Because you are the one to come out of that situation. Okay, thank you so much for your experience and your perception. Yeah, and I would like to ask some other masters here, because this is a situation where we need to come out of it, and how you can deal with that situation without hurting yourself and without really arguing them. You know, this is a kind of a situation where we will come across in our daily lives as well. So how do you do? Yeah, masters. Yeah. Sridhar Garu is writing, she cannot escape, as that would leave an impression on her character. Yes. Yeah, right. If one of her deeds has given an impression that she stole, then she has to defend by giving explanation. She has to stand by the truth. Yes, that's a very beautiful answer, Sridhar Garu. Yes, I'll also come back with this situation, with this the concept of this perspective, and then I'll also explain further on what she has really done. It actually, it's a really a real story actually, and yeah, they really like her so much. So, and Mamta ji is saying, very frustrating situation. By continuing the good work and prove your mettle, not step back indeed. Yeah, but yeah, Mamta ji, that the problem is they have blamed her already. They were not giving her chance to continue to work also. They were just asking her to accept that But by accepting that, what are they going to get it? Either they are not taking the money, what she has stolen, but they just want to accept that she was wrong or she has done something wrong. That was the situation they have put on to her. That would have been very simple, that she would give the sack of money and then she would go away saying that, okay, I don't mind, here are the keys and there's nothing to do. Okay, then fine, you can go. Or they can bring the police inside and to say, and police can take their judgments and everything. They are not giving it any options for her, actually. So that was the situation where she landed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sridhar Garu. Yeah, Malviji, go ahead.
I was just standing by the truth. However, she stands by her truth, she's going to be accused. She's not going to escape that. Okay? Because they are all determined to say she is wrong, she is the one who has taken it. And so she but then she has to be punished and she has to accept that. Which, if she accepts, there is she feels that there's going to be a black mark on her. Okay, I feel that. But actually looking at herself, she should look at her own self and say, no, there is no black mark on her, by accepting it. It is their thought, isn't it? It is not her thought. She knows that she's been very truthful.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
So there is no, and she says, if I accept the job or leave the job, it will be a black mark on my job. Okay? Black mark on her job. She, her career will be ruined. But that is, she's thinking of the future, right? But she, at the present, the present thing is, she is truthful. So actually there is no black mark on her on accepting it or leaving the job. That's what I feel.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Malviji. We will come to a conclusion once I hear all the master's explanations. Yeah. Like as Sridhar Garu said, as Mamtaji also said about her view. And thank you so much, Malviji, for your perspective. And also Raksha. Yeah, masters, anyone would like to highlight or give their perspective? I'll also tell you why I've taken this topic, because today's topic is know your worth. So, and what is this connected with the meditation actually? So this is also all the three things are there. So I really wanted to connect all these three things together. So that was a short story, but I want your perspective to understand why we have this session or why we need to have a meditation. Yeah, masters, anyone would like to? Please unmute yourself. We still have time, 10 more minutes, because I just thought that it will be only for half an hour of session and then half an hour of real meditation so that people can really relax. There is no escape at all. One cannot live with the allegations and guilt. Yeah, Mamtaji, that's true. This is what is happening with her, actually. She cannot live with that guilt. She has to prove somehow. But what would be the best situation where she can convince them or make them understand what she is? Because she cannot fight.
Get a friend to support her.
She has nobody. Okay. She landed in a different, like a different fancy dream. Different people, different culture. Wow, why not? So she landed in a different atmosphere where people are not at all friendly. And there's nobody for her. Yeah, masters? Some more insights, if you can highlight. I got only 4 answers, 4 or 5. Come on, I see 19 participants. I mean, leave me, so 18 participants. Oh, they're 20 now, so 19. I need 5 more answers or 6 more answers. Come on. It'll be nice when I explain about these situations and then we go into deeper meditation. then you'll
Oh.
understand. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody was talking. Yeah, Durga. Durga madam, cheppandi. Defending the truth is always difficult, but the fruits are long lasting. Yes, Sridhar garu, thank you so much. Nenu ostanu మీ దగ్గరికి. I will come back to you. మీరు ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆన్సర్కి వచ్చారు. Yeah, friends, anyone would like to? I see so many masters, but none of them were able to analyze the situation. Kranti is also there. Hi, Kranti. Hi, Sweta. Chaitanya is also there. Chaitanya Shravanti.
Hi,
Anindita. Hi, hi. Yeah, go ahead. Please, anything what it comes in your mind, because it is our situation, right? Or you want me to tell?
You please say, ma'am.
Kranti, can't you analyze how the situation would be? What she can do if that is the situation?
Hi, Madhavi.
Hi, Mridulaji.
I don't understand. Did she steal the tomatoes, or is it the perception that she stole the tomatoes? Did she actually steal?
Actually, the tomatoes were missing. So complete sack of tomatoes were missing, and she was blamed for that, missing the tomatoes. That means somebody has done the robbery, but they have blamed this girl. But she has nobody who can support her.
But did she do it?
No, that's what the story is all about.
Mhm.
What did she do? Actually, Sridhar Garu has already almost explained it. But what is that she has done where she didn't ruin her career? Also, she did not fight with those people. And also, she was able to win everyone. So what was that situation where she did that? Or what she has done? So that perspective I wanted to know from you all. So that I can connect all these three, like your worth, know about your worth, and also that worth, how is related to the meditation. So all these three things I wanted to connect it before we go to the meditation class.
Well, it's a little different if she actually stole the tomatoes, but if she didn't steal the tomatoes, the perception of people is always different. People perceive us differently than what we actually are for our truth. Sometimes, I think when we see certain people, we have unconscious bias. We just have a bias in us. But the thing is, if she's really didn't steal, she has to have the strength to tell people that she didn't steal and convince the people. But if she actually stole, then she also has to, take care of that. But in terms of the perception of people, we cannot change the perception, or whoever thinks that she stole, we cannot change that. But she has to just convince the people that she didn't steal. Just because she has the keys doesn't mean that because tomatoes are missing. The question is, did she or didn't she? If she didn't, she can try to convince the people. But if the people have a perception, that's where the self-worth comes in. If people have the perception of something that we're not,
absolutely,
us to change the perception. Many people, I don't look 60, okay? Many people think I look 30, and their perception. So when I was teaching residents, they thought that I had equal knowledge, even though I'm 30 years their senior. But when I'm talking to them, they understand, so we cannot change the perception until we, explain, or they can see it in us. Perception can be changed by us. That people can see us however they want to see us. If somebody thinks we did something, they can think that. But if it's something that has repercussion, we talk to somebody that is a supervisor or somebody that's there that, can make the decision. Just because she has the keys doesn't, if she didn't steal, doesn't mean that she did, it depends on her take on how much she wants to convince the people that she didn't steal. But if she did steal, that's another story. Then she has to explain why she stole, and somebody can forgive her for that. Our perception.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. But if she
Absolutely.
did steal, the truth is on her side. What does she has to fear? There's nothing to fear. If truth is on your
Yes.
side,
True.
but in the same line, we cannot change other people's perception. They have to change it themselves. And that comes from our own vibration.
Yes.
So just like I was telling
Absolutely.
the residents, they look at me, I look the same as them. I don't look like their senior, but I am 30 years their senior. Of course, I have the experience. But then when I'm talking to them, they get to the understanding that, yes, I have experience. But if they physically, we all have unconscious bias, Madhavi. We all judge people without even
Mhm.
knowing what,
Mhm.
a person, we judge them based on their color, their age,
Mhm.
their hair color, their eye color.
Mhm.
We're born, we cannot change that. That's called unconscious bias. We have biases all the time. And then we make judgments from that bias.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's absolutely. Yeah.
But if we have the truth, if we know the truth, we should be self-sufficient to be able to, show the truth to the outer world. But we really cannot change the perception. If that's even after showing the truth, if they want to believe, we cannot change it. But we ourselves should feel grounded and good, that, like, if she didn't steal the tomatoes, that's the truth.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it doesn't really matter what the outside world thinks, as long as
Absolutely.
somebody,
Yeah.
that's, we don't need to convince everybody. If somebody, as long as she doesn't get repercussions, like go to jail or something like that,
Mhm.
but if there's somebody listening to her, obviously there was trust in the person. I would start with the person that gave her the keys,
Mhm.
explain the situation. And the
Mhm.
person who gives the keys also so trusting that they gave the keys, that would be the most understanding person.
Absolutely.
Not explain
Absolutely.
and
Mhm.
that are, because that's their bias already, and they're already judging.
Yes, that was the thing, because the person who has given the keys is not involved here. But only
Mhm.
thing here, it's on the ground level where they wanted to fight for something else, or maybe the position of the keys, or to get the keys, or to get rid of that girl, so that because they can have their own kitchen as their world, so when they could handle. So that was one of the thing. And you're right, absolutely, they have to, we have to reach out to that person who has handed the key, because she might have trusted her, or she or he might have trusted her so badly that they gave her the keys. Absolutely. Yeah.
And we don't care, the other people. Why do we care? Who doesn't trust us? Who have different perception of us? We shouldn't, in our heart, if we know the truth, we shouldn't care about the people that are perceiving us in a bad way. We know the truth in our heart.
Yes, absolutely.
Or no.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Mridulaji. And I also see Sridhar Garu is saying, if we don't brand ourselves, someone else will brand us as they wish. We have to strongly stand by what we are truthfully. Yes, absolutely. This is what she was trying hard. I will explain all about it. And also Sweta was saying, I think I will stick to the truth and try to convince that I have not done it. Yes. And will surrender to the universe. I don't know what to say, but I believe something will happen in my favor. Absolutely, Sweta. So this is what that girl was also doing it, actually. So finally, what she has done is, like, she kept quiet. She listened everything, whatever they have saying, because she cannot defend. They were so strong that she cannot prove herself. She has nothing, and there's nobody who can support her. But as we read the story, that it was like a family, right? All the members, they were half of the people on the other side and half of the people on the other side, like they were supporting her. But even then, after supporting also, they were showing these recorded things that she was the last person who took the tomatoes down to put it down. And then after that, it is vanished. But the recording was stopped after that because the stealing was done after she kept the tomatoes. That was the thing why she was screwed up there. But what is that situation she has to prove? How she has to prove this? So she just kept quiet and she just left the keys there saying that I haven't done it. Like as Sridhar Garu and Sweta said, she stood by herself, but she was like judged by all the people. And she was so innocent that she said that it was not her fault, or it was, she just came only for earning little money and she will not get anything over here. She handed over the keys and she left everything and she sat in front of the restaurant just the whole night, because there was no solution. Actually, they were not even accepting her the money of the sack of the tomatoes, or they were not even handing over to the police. But what did they want? They are not clear about what they want. Actually, they were just messing up with her, to be frank. But she just simply kept quiet herself, that she was so she believed herself so much that she just went outside and sat for a while. And like the midnight had come, where the owner will come all the time to have a one round, and then she started asking her, what is it happening? Why are you sitting in front? So she was not able to answer anything or question anything. She kept quiet even that time because she cannot prove herself. The only proof she had was to keep quiet, just quiet. She didn't defend herself also. She did not defend herself. She did not take in the support from the others because they were treating like a family. And there were other people also like a family, but they were against her. So she don't know which part to go, where to go. So she was confused, or she just kept quiet herself for a while. Then the whole story, they have done it. And then she left that restaurant. And after a 1 week of time, they got the professionals to understand why this recording was stopped for a while. And they checked everything and they got proved that she was not the one who has stolen the tomatoes, but there was another, the kitchen supporter who stole like he was the person who cleans the kitchen and everything. He was the one to steal because they have gone to his place to check the sack actually. So they have cross-checked all the employees' houses actually. Also, they have done as well because they don't want to put it onto the police. So everything was happened with her as well, but they could not find anything of the clue with her. But immediately she left that place and she left the whole area of that, and she moved to another city. And the why I have to tell this story is because you should know about your worth actually. When you don't know about the worth, any situation, even though she's getting a lot of money, even though the kitchen was full of people who were like a family, but she just left everyone there because none of them could support her, saying that you are absolutely right. She was getting defended, but at the same time, nobody was really standing for her, like, like our parents does or like our family members does. She cannot do it. Like, for example, my father, I was going with the boys, like, I was in a co-ed. My father would never object me, saying that I have confidence in my girl. So that way, somebody was not giving a bold answer to that girl. That was the situation she had. So why I am telling you this, because we should know about our worth, even though it is a family, even though if it is any situation, if that is happening, it's only your inner self knows about you, how true you are, how beautiful you are, how worthy you are. So I thought I will take this session so that when we do the meditation, we go into this journey into ourselves to understand that person inside you. You can defend the whole world. Whoever is sitting in front of you can defend that person as well. You can prove. It's not that you're just proving, but you can silently tell that you are that person, because the moment you are so clear and so what you call your aura or your situation is, your energies are so big that everybody can understand without saying a single word. So that way you have to build yourself. For that, you need to go inside, and that is the only tool is the meditation. So this is what I wanted to bring this story and to get connected to your worth, to know about your worth, any situation, any time, because nobody understands your journey. None of them, even though we think that the kids understand, or the husband understand, or the wife, or the parents, but none of them will understand what you are actually. Only you yourself know the strength, the weakness, the fears, everything you know about yourself more than anyone else. Not even as a masters, we can tell. So you have to get that person or meet that person inside you, and you feel that so glorious when you meet that person. And to meet that person, you should go inside through meditation. This is what I wanted to bring. And I would like to say thank you so much for all. And then let's start our meditation. I hope you understand the connection between all this story and together, and to understand the worth. And let's begin our meditation. And Sridhar Garu says, you should never go to a place where you are not respected, even if there is a rain of golden coins happening. Yes, absolutely, Sridhar Garu. This is what you should understand your worth in any situation. If you are understanding this, then only you are able to continue your life. If not, then just quit, because it's not worth of living there. It's not worth of anything. So that girl, after 1 or 2 years, she just left that country and she went back away, back to the family, because she did not find that coziness. She saw the enough of difference in her life, and then she thought that no, that's not my land. But it was a lesson for her to know about how the world is. If she wouldn't have come out, that was the lessons always we learn from every situation. So at that situation, we need to be calm and stable, because we know our worth about ourselves. So yeah, let's begin.
Madhavi,
Yes.
she's basing the whole country based on one experience, bad experience, isn't she? It's like a glass of water, you drop a drop of ink, it turns color, but water is water. That doesn't change the property of the water, okay? But our perspective is saying, oh, that's blue color, yeah. In the same way, she's basing her idea of whichever country it is based on this experience.
Absolutely, Malviji. Yeah, Mridulaji, go ahead.
So I don't understand the tomatoes, because when you say stealing the tomatoes and then all that, even though the perception, actually, it's a good thing that nobody put her in jail. Do you know what I mean?
They just want to mess up, actually. That was the thing is happening.
But in that sense, there was enough belief in her. They wanted to investigate. Actually, it was a good thing that happened, that she didn't go into prison, So, because you said stealing tomatoes, if people who gave her the keys believed her, and if she knows the truth that she didn't, the blessing in this whole story you told is that nobody, found fault and prosecuted her. But if it was just a matter of playing games with her, we cannot change people's perception and how they, feel about us in any situation. For example, if a job happens where somebody's always trying to put us down, or somebody always gives us extra work, and then makes our life miserable, then we know our self-worth and we can leave. But when
absolutely.
When there's burglary involved, where there's a question of theft, then we have to make sure that the person doesn't get arrested and go to jail. And it was actually a good thing, whoever the people were, they were investigating. She herself was feeling bad, probably, but the thing is, it's great that if she was in a different country, she wasn't arrested and went to jail. So I find that way too, from your story, that I don't hear that she was, convicted. Because
she was ready to go because she was innocent. She never thought that because going to the prison would become a career a blacklist person in the career. Because she was so innocent that she would accept everything. She was able to face everything because she was from that family where their parents have built her so nicely that she always used to think that this would be the beautiful world. This was the perception she had, because the families, how they treat us, like like as pets or like the loved ones, but this is not how the world looks like. And
But it
that's
was,
the lesson she has to learn it.
Madhavi, in my view, it looks like it was a good world that she didn't go to jail.
Yes,
Could have,
absolutely.
so it was good because I
She
think that,
they gave a lesson to her, but not like really like screwed up her, I would say.
yeah, they fired her probably, or they let her go, which is better than. So in a way, it's not a bad outcome what happened to her. I think it's a lesson for anybody. If somebody blames you for something, it didn't happen. But in this world and age, we could get arrested, we could go to jail, we could get prosecuted, but none of that happened to her. So looking back, she looked at that situation as a lesson that nothing bad happened to her.
Yes, that was nothing
Even
bad happened. Yeah.
and
But the thing
people,
is, they know about her worth actually. It was like a family before, but this only for with one or two people who just wanted to mess her up and do the things. But still, she would have been able to come out of it. They would support her completely. But back then she left the whole situation there, saying that it's not worth it. So even she left the country as well. She landed to the family again. She just thought that it's not a worth of living because of all these situations. But like this, every time we come across situations, but we have to solve it. This is what I mean. We have to know about our worth, what exactly, and we have to stand ourselves stable, like, not to shake or to get panic or to do something at that situation. Just imagine if I would be there, then I don't know what I would do in such a situation. So
I like expertise. Anytime you're in a situation, if you can change it, you change it, either accept it or you leave it. Those are our options. And if she can't change it and if she can't accept it, she left it. So those are the solutions for anything in life, actually. I love his saying, if we're in a circumstance that it's not acceptable, maybe we can try to change it, or we have to accept it, or we have to leave it.
yes.
Madhu, I had such an experience in my working life. Okay, I was a cognitive behavior therapist, and the psychology service appointed me in a doctor's surgery. We call it surgery here for clinic. Okay, and I was looking at the doctors would refer the patients to me for treatment. Okay, and this first surgery I was appointed, the manager gave me a very tough time, right? All because she was not consulted before appointing me, right? The very day I walked in, she said, "You can't park the car in our car park. That is not meant for you, meant for outsiders. You got to go and park in the car park and pay for it yourself." That was the first thing. And I ignored the whole thing, and I was parking outside. Then one by one, you cannot take coffee to your room to drink coffee. Others were doing it, but I was not allowed to do it. Okay, right?
The bias, like how
and that
Mridulaji said.
escalated. And the way I came out of it, I felt a little bit like this, small, but not too much. I know I have not done anything wrong. So the surgery doctors, when I left, the doctor said, "Why are you leaving?" They didn't even know what was happening in their own clinic. Okay, and I was put in another surgery, which was a wonderful surgery for which I worked for 12 years. Right? Doctors were very understanding. I could speak to the doctor if I have a problem, very approachable. The manager was very approachable. But what I'm saying is, The fact that I had to remove myself from that situation, knowing very well I've not done anything wrong. But for me, the support was the pool psychology service. The service supported me very much and took me out of there. And then they said everybody who goes in there have the same tough time with them. It's a
Thank you so
horrible
much,
surgery.
Malviji,
Yeah.
for
So, yeah,
giving your experience.
yeah.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. But I cannot judge all the other doctors' clinics are going to be the same. Just because I had a bad experience here.
Yeah, this is always any situation which comes. It's actually what I learned it now after coming into the meditation. It is a lesson that we need to learn.
Yes.
Like every time when I put myself a question saying that why me? Why is I'm getting such a difficult situation? Why am I facing such a hard time? Then it's nothing but that the lesson I need to learn, because this is what I planned myself to learn and to get the experiences from everyone. So this is all we have to learn it. It's not like, that
Yes.
situation is coming not for all others, but why only us? It's
Yes.
only because to teach us something, to learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much, Malviji. Let's, I think Nilima is also raised. And yeah, Nilima, go ahead. Then we will go for a
I would
meditation.
not
It's
take
already.
much time, Akka. I would
No,
not
no.
take
Yeah,
much
go ahead.
Yeah.
You can
No,
share
it's just
the.
that I wanted to really share that in the beginning, I was so much confused of because for 5 minutes I was not here in this room, and then I was like lost of where to start. But after hearing like everyone's theories and explanations, what I also have recognized is that, when something is really happening, we always in that situation for that person, it will be very critical. Now, even just to stay calm, it takes a lot of courage, and it takes even a lot of patience, and also having a belief that there is tomorrow, so that much a person will be during that situation. And of course, I can understand, being the young child, she can do the things drastically, like by taking a lot of decisions, because simple things, that's where
Yes,
meditation comes in
absolutely.
place. For many people, just people were
Absolutely.
unable to handle. It's not like what is going to happen, like we being here, like seeing from the top perspective, we can think of n number of possibilities, but being there in that situation, having the courage to understand that there is tomorrow and everything is gonna be fine,
Absolutely.
without anyone's support, that really
Yes.
takes lot and lot of
Courage.
strength.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Nilima. This is what it's happening with her, because she's
Yes.
young and she's very innocent, and she came from such a beautiful world, and she has to see, because
yeah,
home is like a beautiful, and not only this land or any other lands we are going through, but it's the situation where she need to
yes,
learn. You're
yes,
absolutely right that she needs to have that courage. We as masters, or we as meditators, we know a lot now. We know how to be calm. We know how to react or analyze things. But for that poor girl or poor lady, she has no clue. And that situation was so hard for her.
honestly, Akka, I
Absolutely.
also do not say like still we all know how to react.
Exactly.
Because life is all a
Me
continuous
too.
journey.
Me too.
But
I'm
being such
also.
an innocent girl moving to another country and knowing the circumstances, she just only, because even I have faced certain situations when I came, and I
Me
really
too.
took my professor's help and I came out. But the consequences or the moments, with just sits in our brain, will take lot of time to for us to come back or to bounce back, and to say like everything is excellent, everything is great. So in that case, like, yeah, meditation also helped, and we are the ones who really need to trust ourselves, and the environment just it will blossom one time.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we should know about our worth. Yeah,
Yeah.
before proving to the world, we know about our worth. We just stand still like the pillars, no matter what others are trying to poke us or others are trying to do, we just stay ourselves calm and know about our worth. And to know about our worth, we have to know ourselves through meditation only. That's really a very good tool, that to go inside ourselves to understand, what am I actually? What am I? Like always, this Sri Ramana Maharshi always says, what am I? Like, this question always comes up, when you understand that. It is so beautiful. It is, you can face every situation. Now I feel that, just give me a situation, I learn, I write it down the lesson. Okay, that was the lesson. That's how I'm just building up, because I just keep quiet myself. I sit in meditation, and then I will, like that. Oh, this is the one I did it wrong. And that was the thing, I have done it. Oh, this is the situation, I have to learn it. So all those things will be solved. That's a really beautiful how meditation teaches us to understand every situation, to understand, to overcome the drastic situations as well. So yeah, masters, let's go deeper. I think we took a lot of time.
Akka, just only one thing. I would like to stop the live. I mean, if the wisdom sharing is completed, I'll stop the live, and then we all can do. And I request the participants who were on YouTube to please join on Zoom, so that we'll do meditation all together. Yeah.
I just wanted to say
Thank
one
you
more.
so much. Yeah, Mrudula ji. Yeah, go ahead.
So sometimes even with meditation, it's not even, we don't have to accept the situation if something, because there is a company or a clinic or group culture. If that culture doesn't suit our nature, we can, we can choose to leave. So we don't have to, because we're meditating doesn't mean we have to stick and be in the horrible.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. Then when you know about the birth, she just quit that whole place. She quit the whole country as well. She just went back home with their people. She just thought that it's not worth of me, because she understood her journey. No, I can be with my family. That's enough. That's enough for my world. I've seen the world. I've learned the lesson. She just thought that way, and she just left. So it's very beautiful, as you said, that we don't need to bear that situation or bear it because we are learning or we are doing the meditation. No, you just quit. But when you know the worth of you, then you can do the things what you like, even the family also. If it's meant, then you have to quit the family also, because that's where your energy is drowning. And you have to understand.
Through meditation, we learn if we can change it or accept it. But we also learn to leave it, and we can be okay with leaving it. But we should, she's young, but if over time we don't, like, every like you're saying, every situation is, we're learning, and through life we learn. So next time, even if something looks good and people look accepting, and she'll go with caution, perhaps, should look at the culture. Anyway, it's a really good conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, I just thought that it would go only half an hour. Then I will take my meditation session for half an hour to get everybody deeper themselves, but we are crossed like 7, and it was a very good conversation from all of you. Thank you so much. And your perspective matters a lot. And those who are listening also, they learn the situations, how we can handle and how it can be. Thank you so much. And Nilima, play the music and then let's start our meditation.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. I request
masters?
once again, masters, please on YouTube, join to Zoom so that we all can do, because I'm going to stop the live now. Yes.